Page 1, it says Commissioner Smith moved to approve the minutes, but she was absent last meeting, so I think that should say Contreras. Thank you. I didn't realize Pat didn't come in. Am I okay to keep going since I have a quorum? Okay.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Items passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 32691, considering board approval and support of the Kansas City Museum Stage 2 construction for the Carriage House, the Conservatory Lodge, and the Carpenter Shed. Anna Marie Tutera, the Executive Director of the Kansas City Museum, is here to speak on this item.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for having us. So it's taken us 11 years to get here, but we are finally at this point where we can move into what we're calling stage 2 of construction. We've been doing a lot of architectural design, and stage 2 is really shoring up the remaining historic buildings. So the construction includes limestone and brick masonry restoration, roofs, windows, doors, excavation for future HVAC, some MEP, making everything ADA compliant. It also includes the pre-work of environmental testing and abatement and demolition. So it's a good chunk of work. We would begin pretty immediately after getting JE done under contract. We are using both state funds and private funds, and the state funds in particular we have to use by June 30th of 2025. So we're on a fast track, but the good news is we've done a lot of the pre-work of architectural design, so we know where we're going with the renovation of the buildings.
Any questions?
None. Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. The next one's a long time coming. Resolution number 32692, considering board approval of a resolution for the removal from the park system of 3.42 acres constituting Longfellow Park, located between East 25th Street and East 26th Street and between Gillum Road and Cherry Street. And Director Cotton, I will turn it over to you.
Yes, thank you. There's been ongoing discussion from the Ronald McDonald House with the Park Board, the City Council, and the Mayor's Office about their desire to purchase Longfellow Park for the expansion of their existing facility in order to provide for more families that are in need of their services. During the investigative phase of the last ask, several items came up that made some of the project problematic for the Parks Department, with one of the most prominent being the guarantee that the public green space would not be lost to the public. Ronald McDonald House has agreed to a revisionary clause that would revert 1.5 acres back to the Park Department in the event that they became insolvent. It has been determined that Sheila Kemper Dietrich Park is approximately a half block from the existing Longfellow Park and would continue to provide Kansas City residents with appropriate green space for recreational activities. At this time, staff recommends allowing the city to place on a future ballot asking the voters of Kansas City to remove approximately 3.42 acres of Longfellow Park located between East 25th Street and between Gillum Road and Cherry Street from the park system and convey said property to a not-for-profit corporation for the public purpose of expanding available free housing and lodging to families of ill and injured children for nearby access to pediatric hospitals within Kansas City.
Thank you, Director Cotton. And I just want to add, too, with respect to the 1.5 acres that has the reversionary interest, that's also Ronald McDonald House has agreed to keep that as green space. So we really appreciate that commitment as well, and that was important to us. I will invite Tammy Greenberg to come up. Carmen, do we have anyone else who...
I appreciate this opportunity to speak with you all. Thank you, Director Cotton, for making those comments. We provided a fair amount of testimony at the last meeting. This is a rendering of what an expanded Ronald McDonald House would look like with 1.5 acres of green space. And as you know, we are serving families who have seriously ill and injured children. This will allow us to say yes to more families while keeping publicly accessible green space. So thank you very much. I'm here to answer any questions you have.
Yep. Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, guys.
Thank you very, very much.
Oh,
This is my first one. I've never been to one before. I've talked to Mrs. Greenberg, I'm Dave. We talked over the phone. I just came because I'm actually affected by it, and I was just curious exactly the rendering and understanding 1.5 acres and any deed restrictions tied to it, because if it does, like if it ends up getting sold, I just don't want something to be built behind me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Lana, can you talk just a little bit about the reversionary interest?
Right.
Well, it's just for the open space,
Right.
and not, if they cease to exist, either they become insolvent or they quit operating as non-for-profit, at that point, they could sell the property. But
The building.
The building, but the 1.5 open space would remain.
Is there a way to see what exactly that 1.5 acres is? Like where
Yep.
it's in relationship?
So,
Because
right, you and I talked on the phone, and this is your property, right here, and this is the open space that's currently behind your property that remains open space under this plan.
put it in the 1.5.
Correct, that's included in the 1.5.
That was it.
Yes, confirming that's true.
Yes, and that is in the language that will be in the ordinance, is that, again, that 1.5 is currently
Subject to city council.
subject to city council approval, thank you. Is that green space will remain green space, and if they were to ever exit the property or become insolvent, then that green space would come back to the Parks Department.
City council, to get something on the ballot, city council has to pass an ordinance with the ballot, and that hasn't been done yet. So, just FYI.
One step of many. Thank you for slowing us down. We've been proximate to this for quite some time, so, but thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Thank
No, you did the right thing. Thank you for speaking up.
Anyone else have something on this matter before we? All right. Well, then, we will move on to the next item, but thank you for having us clarify, so. All right. Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Holidays.
Good seeing you.
See you guys.
All right, the next item on the agenda is resolution number 32693, considering board approval for the amended and restated agreement for ground lease with Children's Mercy Hospital. Director Cotton.
Yes, thank you. The Park Department entered into a 30-year ground lease with Children's Mercy Hospital in June of 2007. This ground lease required Children's Mercy Hospital to add improvements to Hospital Hill Park and obligated them to the maintenance of the park, which decreased the workload to park maintenance staff. This agreement also maintained that Children's Mercy Hospital would build a 300-seat auditorium accessible to the public, which they have done through the construction of a 370-seat auditorium. Through the entire construction phase, Children's Mercy Hospital used a gravel parking lot on Park's property as their staging area for construction. With the building addition to Children's Mercy Hospital, they are in need of more parking and have agreed to construct a new parking lot at no expense to the city that will have public access available so that citizens may utilize the parking lot for the park. The initial term of the agreement is for 15 years with the option to renew for 2 additional 5-year terms. At this time, staff recommends board approval of the amended and restated ground lease with Children's Mercy Hospital.
Any questions?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Items passed. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 32694, considering board approval of a ground maintenance service contract for enhanced parks with Ideal Care Solutions for fertilization, post-emergent aerification, and overseeding. Kevin Evans, Manager of Natural Resources, is here for the next few items.
Well, good afternoon or good evening. I'd like to add mowing on that too. It didn't have mowing on it, but it includes mowing.
Oh, great.
And this would be, we're asking for the second-year extension for a 5-year agreement on this.
Great.
Are we approving all the subsequent 4 or just one at a time?
We've got a couple of them grouped, but this one is just for the
Enhanced
694.
park for this one park, yes.
All right.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Items passed. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 32695, considering board approval of a ground services contract for right-of-ways in the North District with Ideal Care Solutions. Mr. Evans.
Again, this is another extension of a 5-year agreement. We'd like to extend this one as well.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Items passed. The next items on the agenda are resolutions number 32696 and 32697, considering board approval of ground services contracts for parks mowing. Resolution number 32696 covers the Central District and is with DLLC, and resolution number 32697 covers the North District and is with Turf Boss. Mr. Evans.
All right, so this amendment is adding 6 additional cycles. It was 16, we're going to go to 22. And again, this is the same contract, we just want to extend their contract.
Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Items have passed. Next items on the agenda, resolutions number 32698 to 32702, considering board approval of ground maintenance service contracts for right-of-ways. Resolution number 32698, 699, 700, and 702 can cover the North District and are with Turf Boss, and resolution number 32701 also covers the North District and is with DG Landscaping. Mr. Evans.
So this is a typo. This should be boulevards, not right away. And all those that follows are the same. All of them are boulevards that we want to extend. Go from 16 to 22.
Increased mowing cycles. I'm sure residents will love that, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Items passed. Thanks, Mr.
And I don't know
Evans.
if we have to do an amendment on that as far as the name change. I mean, instead of right of ways, it should say boulevard. Okay, all right, thanks.
Thanks, Mr. Evans.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Next item on the agenda is resolution number 32703, considering board approval of a donation agreement with the Kansas City Hockey Youth Association for the purchase, installation, and maintenance of a scoreboard in Line Creek Community Center. Deputy Director Brad Clay is here to speak.
Good evening, Brad Clay, Deputy Director. Currently, the scoreboard at Line Creek Community Center is 29 years old, outdated, and unrepairable due to unavailable parts. The Kansas City Hockey Youth Association has approached the Parks Department to replace the scoreboard. The desired charitable donation of the scoreboard values at about $10,000 to enhance the hockey experience at the center. The Parks and Rec Department and Kansas City Hockey Youth Association would like to enter into a donation agreement to allow this donation of the scoreboard. They will also be allowed to affix on the surface of the scoreboard a plaque or sign that states donated by KCHAA to note or to commemorate the donations. Staff recommends board approval of the donation with the Kansas City Hockey Youth Association.
How wonderful.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
That is so awesome. Thank you to our partners and friends, yeah. Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Items passed. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 32704, considering board approval of a facility use without concessions agreement with 24-hour Faith Training Center for the use of Greg Kleiss Community Center to hold church services. Superintendent of Community Services Jennifer Jett is here to speak.
Good evening. It's my only memo for the day.
Oh.
Is that odd? We usually have way more. Just wait till we get into the new year. Right. So facility use without concessions at Greg Kleiss for one of our church partners. They'll be paying $75 an hour for the facility. It looks like they're using the gym. And they'll be paying $3,937.50 up to the end of the agreement at the end of April.
Great.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Items passed. Thanks, Ms. Jett. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 32705, considering board approval of a real estate sale contract to purchase property located at 5521 San Rafael Drive in the amount of $165,000. James Wong of the Engineering and Planning Division is here.
Commissioners, the property is located at 5521 Northeast San Rafael Drive. It abuts San Rafael Park, so it's just north of it. The purchase of this property will increase the size of San Rafael Park from 2617 to 34.39. So it's a net increase of 8.22. San Rafael Park stays busy all the time. Nico Raiders play there. It's just packed. So it needs more space to grow. So, and this purchase will allow us to, provide more options at the park. Thank you.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Items passed. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 32706, considering board approval of an agreement with Gracemore Randolph Neighborhood Association for renovations to the property located at 5521 San Rafael Drive. Mr. Wong.
Commissioners, this is a corporate agreement with Grace Randolph Community Council for the property at the 5521 San Rafael Drive. So the property want to use $165,000 to work with us to make improvements at the park. So they're looking at demolition of the existing pool and adding more sports fields and parking trails and gate fence repairs, any of those options, And they'll be solely responsible for the repairs, cost, and improvements, and the total amount is $165,000 for the improvements.
Well, we thank them again for being a great partner with us on this, so.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item's passed. That next item on the agenda is resolution number 32707, considering board approval of amendment number 4 with SK Design Group, Inc. for the Trolley Blue River Connector Trail Segment 2 project in the amount of $33,426 and extending the contract time to December 22nd, 2025. Mr. Wong.
Commissioners, Indian Creek Trail, Blue River Trail, and Trolley Trail are 3 major trail systems down south. And Indian Creek Trail and Blue River Trail connected. So if you come from State Line, you can go all the way to 95th Street along Blue River. But there's a gap between the Blue River Trail and Trolley Trail. So this project is to limit this missing link on this trail system. Of course, the missing link is always the most difficult portion to build. So we're trying to find a space between river and a levee. Finally, we have many meetings with the Corps and the feds and Evergy. So we found a solution to put a trail on the levee. So this will allow us to, do some design changes and put a trail alignment on top of the levee.
Great.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item's passed. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 32708, considering board approval of change order number 1 with National Streetscape Incorporated for the Buckeye Greenway pedestrian bridge in the amount of $137,800 and extending the contract time to July 13th, 2025. Mr. Wong.
Commissioners, the pedestrian bridge is already done. This change order will add 1,400 linear foot of trail. So that trail will really connect the bridge to the school and to the neighborhood. So with this trail system, our kids can walk to the school, using the trail.
Cool. Great.
Very good.
All right.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item's passed. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 32709, considering board approval for the acceptance of the National Park Service Outdoor Recreation Legacy Program Grant Award for improvements to Swope Park. Mr. Wong.
Commissioners, Lisa Trees is our senior planner. She worked hard with the mayor's office and finished the application for the $4.25 million National Park Service grant and for Swope Park. Swope Park is a large parking system. With this federal funding, we can put a new trail system, a destination playground, and renovations to 5 shelters, the bandstands, and pedestrian and bike safety improvements, all kinds of stuff. So we're excited.
Thank you, Lisa. This is very exciting. So,
Move to approve.
Second.
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item's passed.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is resolution number 32710, considering board approval of an encroachment license agreement with Kansas City Care Clinic, DBA KC Care Health Center for the property located at 3535 Broadway Boulevard. Mr. Wong.
Commissioner, this is an encroachment license agreement with the Kansas City Care Clinic for use of a right-of-way, boulevard right-of-way for construction and maintaining of a accessible ramp, staircase, and landing. The annual encroachment fee is $1,212.84.
Thank you.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item's passed. The next items on the agenda are resolutions number 32711 through 32719, considering board approval of boulevard encroachment license agreements for entrance awnings, sign fixtures, or valet parking. Resolution number 32711 permits a canopy at the Ambassador Hotel. 32712 permits valet parking at the Ambassador Hotel. 713 covers a canopy at the 713 permits awnings at the Capitol Grill. 714 permits valet parking at Hotel Indigo. 715 permits an awning at the Record Bar. 716 permits a sign at Savvy Bridal. 717 permits valet parking at the Monarch Bar. 718 permits valet parking at Kansas City AC Hotel. And 719 permits a sign for FRC Balance. Mr. Wong.
Commissioners, those are encroaching license contract renewals. The reason we're doing now is the new contract starts January 1st, 2025. So those are encroachment license agreement. You know, at the end of the year, we reach out to the owner, and if the owner wish to renew the contract, you know, we'll just go ahead and do the contract extension.
Great, thank you. Move to approve?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Items have passed. Thank you, Mr. Wong.
Thank you. That was very efficient.
That was all Carmen.
Thank you, Carmen, that was very efficient.
Thinking I was gonna, had a while before I
I know, I'm glad you didn't leave.
Next item on the agenda is resolution number 32679, held from our meeting on November 19th, 2024, considering board approval of construction contract with Mid-America Golf and Landscape in the amount of $8,336,968.23 for the renovation of the Swope Park Golf Course. Director of Golf Operations Doug Schroeder's here.
Hello, everyone. How you doing this evening? You all have heard me, except for Commissioner Meyer, you probably haven't heard me talk about this. You probably heard me talk about this a lot. Well, we're finally here. I came to you earlier looking for the funding for this project. We went out to bid. We've got the bids in. We had to rebid it, but we're now ready to enter into a contract with Mid-America Golf and Landscapes to renovate the Swope Memorial Golf Course. And this is getting your permission to move ahead with the contract phase with the Finance Department and getting started, hopefully, January 1st with a reopening in the spring of 2026. We're going to redo the bunkers, the greens, the tee boxes, the cart paths, the whole irrigation system, create a new irrigation lake to hopefully be able to save some money on water. And we're ready to get started. So we've crossed all of our T's, dotted all our I's, and we're ready to go.
We're excited.
Yes.
I'm very excited. This has been a long time coming.
Yes.
Well, thank you for all your efforts.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Items passed.
Thank you.
Keep us
you.
posted on how it goes. Next items on the agenda are resolutions number 32720 through 32726, considering board approval of sidewalk cafe license agreements. Resolution number 32720 covers the Broadway Cafe, 721 covers Hamburger Mary's, 722 covers the Capitol Grill, 723 covers Fiorella's Jack Stack, 724 covers Kona Grill, 725 covers Las Tules, and 726 covers The Quaff. Finance Manager Terrence Williams is here.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. What I would like to add to that is that those agreements, renewals, will bring in $47,342. And so, one other thing is at the Broadway Cafe, that agreement is $7 because of our Westport CID agreement. And those prices were set in January of 2018 and went into effect 2019. So we haven't had any price changes for these cafe licensing since that time.
Thank you for that explanation.
Yes.
That was my question. Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Items have passed. Thanks, Terrence. All right, I'll now ask Dr. Cotton to give the director's update.
Yes, thank you. The 9th and Van Brunt construction renovation project is well underway. The Paseo Gateway project is complete. Project closeout has begun. Give a shout out to James, who did an incredible job on this project. Bids are due for the Blues Park skate rink, Roanoke improvements on Wednesday, December 11th. Pre-construction meeting for the new Tony Aguirre Community Center outdoor pool is also on the 11th. The Sheila Kemper Dietrich Park tennis court replacement is complete. Houseless camp cleanup at West Rock Park and Gillum Park took place. Illegal dumping was removed on Gregory Boulevard, Wildcat Hollow, Oldham, Dunn Park, and Blue Valley Park. Staff cleaned up the Oxbow on Cleaver 2 Boulevard. It looks incredible. Lake 8, or Lake of the Enshriners, is in the process of being drained for inspection of the dam. 2 cars were found submerged. One has been removed. Removal of the other one is still in process due to water levels. The Santa Paws event was held at Luce Park last weekend. Very successful event with over 300 dogs and their owners participating. The Winter Spring Activity Guide has been published. Winter programs begin the week of January 6th. The Conservation Corps successfully burned 33 acres of prairie at Jerry Smith Park. Lakeside Nature Center will be hosting a native wildlife event titled around Since Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth on December 14th at 10 a.m. The park rangers are in the process of putting an activity tracker software in place. This will result for or allow automation of activity tracking, expected to be implemented in January of 2025. The park rangers will also be moving to adding first-person video body cameras to ensure professional and appropriate interactions with the public, expected to be implemented in January of 2025. The park rangers have made contact with 1,176 houseless citizens this year, oversaw the cleanup of 77 houseless camps, responded to 518 service calls, paid 6,355 individual visits to different parks in the system, and towed 16 vehicles so far this year. That is my report.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Do we have any members here for public testimony? Okay. Then with that, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Our next meeting will be held January 28th, 2025 at 2:00 p.m. Happy holidays to everyone.